Good morning. So, had a couple minutes, and I thought we might dive into Mishna Torah by Rabbi Moshe ben Maimon, Maimon, if that is the pronunciation of that. He is known as the Rambam, which is a acronym made out of his name. He's pretty famous. I think I said the 11th century, and he's actually 12th century, so I was off a little bit there. But he is so famous and so instructive and so part of the core of Jewish thought that there's a saying, from Moses to Moses, there was no one like Moses. So from Moses, our teacher, to Moses ben Maimon, there was nobody like Moses. Anyway, it's quite a compliment, I think, to him. So the book is interesting. It has the Mishna Torah, and then following that, it has several commentaries. You know, we have to have commentary on commentary on commentary, and I think that's one of the beautiful things of halakha, is this having different commentaries on different things, and seeing how everybody saw it. And then understanding where the halakha falls out, where it rules out. So I'm going to put a picture from inside the cover as my thumbnail for this, but it lists 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 commentators, and I won't read all of their information, but I will quote some of them from time to time. So, Mishna Torah by Rabbi Moshe ben Maimon, also known as Maimonides or the Ramban, is a seminal work in Jewish law and thought. Compiled between 1170 and 1180 of the Common Era in Egypt, it serves as a comprehensive code of rabbinic Jewish law, halakha. The work is unique in its systemic codification of all Jewish law, including laws applicable during the existence of the Temple in Jerusalem. Its 14 books cover various aspects of Jewish observance and law, aiming to provide a complete statement of the oral law. Maimonides' goal was to make the law accessible to all, so that one versed in the written Torah and in Mishna Torah would not need any other books. Despite initial opposition due to its absence of sources and perceived intention to replace Talmud study, Mishna Torah remains an influential and widely studied subject, often considered Maimonides' magnus opus. This groundbreaking work now continues to play a pivotal role in Jewish legal and philosophical discourse. So, yeah, the lack of sources, that was something very, very interesting. Now, it looks to me in the commentaries that the commentators have given us sources on their comments, so perhaps that will give us some indication as to where the Rambam is getting his thoughts and so forth. But actually, just from reading the first couple, it seems to be fairly cut and dry. In fact, I think it's more cut and dry than the commentators give us credit for being able to understand. So, chapter 1. Now, it does not tell us where or exactly what the commentary, each chapter is about necessarily. In other words, what is the overall category? But it just dives right in. So, The foundation of foundations and the pillar of wisdom is to know that there exists a first being, that he caused all beings to be, and that all beings from heaven and earth and from between them could not be except for the truth of his own being. And that sounds pretty self-explanatory. But of course, the commentators have to elucidate that more for us. Several of them delve into Kabbalah, and the one that I found most interesting on this particular first point was the Kirat Sefer, and this was it gave us a description of who these people were. That was a book authored by Moses ben Joseph D. Trani, also known as Mabit, M-A-B-I-T, a notable 16th century work composed in Safed between 1539 and 1551 of the Common Era. By the way, we don't simply use Common Era just to extract the religiosity from time, but even scientists do this now, and it seems to make the most sense. I mean, the calendars are based on religion, shall we say, and so it's not like we're fooling anybody. But when you're dealing with people who are not necessarily Christian or that type of thing, Common Era CE and BCE before the Common Era are, I think, polite and I think correct. So anyway, that's my 2 cents worth. Continuing, primarily recognized as a comprehensive commentary, it encompasses interpretations on the Bible, the Talmud, and elucidates challenging passages in Maimonides' commentaries. Published in Venice in 1551, this work reflects Mabit's deep scholarship and contributes significantly to Jewish rabbinic literature, offering insights into varied religious texts and integrative, diverse sources. So anyway, on this particular subject, on the existence of God, the first mitzvah, he says, this is a commandment that we were commanded regarding the belief in God. It is that we should believe that there is a supreme being and cause who creates all existence. The heavens, the earth, and everything in between only came into existence because of the truth of his existence. Knowledge of this matter is a positive commandment. As it is said, the first commandment of the 10, I am Hashem, your God. The prohibition number 1, so that would be the mitzvah number 1 would be the positive mitzvah. The prohibition would be the negative mitzvah. And it says, this is the warning that we were warned not to believe in any other gods beside him. Anyone who entertains the thought that there is any deity other than him violates a negative commandment. As it says, you shall have no other gods before me. Denying this principle is a denial of the fundamental truth, for this one God is the great principle on which everything depends. So I found that one interesting. Then the next one is, and if one supposes that he is not, nothing else could have been called into existence. This means, this is the commentary, this is the commentary when it's listed just as commentary is not given an author. This means that after it has been clarified that he is the creator of all existent things and he is the true cause of them, if it is conceivable that there is no cause, then there would be no effect. However, if it is conceivable that there is no effect, meaning that the effect has ceased to exist, the cause will not cease to exist because it does not get nullified by the nullification of the effect. Conversely, supposing all of this is number 3, Supposing all other beings except he alone do not exist, he alone would still exist, for he does not cease to exist because of their non-existence, as all other beings are dependent on him, but he, blessed is he, is not dependent upon them or upon a single one of them. Therefore, his truth is incomparable to the truth of any one of them. So that gets us through number 3. I did find it interesting, and I don't remember exactly where I read it in here, and I did not realize it until they pointed it out. But the first 4 words of the Mishnah that he is teaching spell out the Yud Ve, the Tetragrammaton. And I found that interesting and went back and looked, and yep, right there it is. So he may just have wanted to get a good start on the existence of God, and therefore put his name right there at the beginning. Since the word does have to do, all that the Tetragrammaton has to do with is existence, it kind of seems befitting that would be the first 4 letters. So anyway, interesting. I hope you found that interesting. I'm probably not going to do a whole lot on this. This is pretty dense stuff at times, and I'm just now getting into it. I may do a chapter, what was it? Let me see here. A friend of mine and I have had some discussions about the 3 laws that you are supposed to give up your life rather than break, and then that you are to, for instance, if on Sabbath, if you were to break a leg, then you need to go to the hospital, and if that includes driving, starting a vehicle, calling an ambulance that is a started vehicle, using a telephone, which is electric, yada, 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 on and on and on, you are actually commanded to break the Sabbath and to do those things, other than the top 3. I don't really have any other word for them. I wish there was a better word. It's kind of confusing when I talk about it. But I would say now probably sanctification of the name would be the topic to read. And we may do that one. That one is in chapter 5. So I've got 100 pages to go before I get there. So if it looks tantalizing and interesting, I may do that later. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Enjoyed being with you. Thank you for listening. And see you next time. Shalom.